Hi! So, welcome to day 4, and I'm actually surprised that I made it this far. That sounds really sad and pitiful. I don't know, I guess the last couple projects that I've done for the last few months I've had so many delays and weird errors and like hiccups trying to get things done, and I have had no hiccups or delays or weird errors so far. Everything's going wonderfully, and everyone's been very wonderful, and I've gotten a great response. So I'm very excited and very kind of surprised by how great it's going. So yes, there are 27 more videos. That's kind of daunting, but considering how well it's going so far, I am optimistic. So this painting is probably one of my favorites for this entire project, if not my favorite for this entire project. I probably think this is going to be in my top 5 at least. Maybe the top 3. We will see what else happens, but it's kind of early to be thinking that, I think, but usually when I do a painting I'm really crazy about, I can tell that that's a good one. I can tell I'm about it. So the reason why I'm so crazy about this painting is because of all the symbolism and thought that went into it. First thing is, you'll notice the glyph for Pluto at the bottom. So my Scorpios, I'm thinking of y'all. It's your planet. Woohoo. And then you'll also notice out of her third eye on her forehead, there is a spiral going out, and then there's a second spiral that is the shape of her tail. And the reason why I did that was for the Fibonacci sequence. Now, I'm not going to say that my math was entirely perfect because I'm not the best at math, but that is the whole reason and inspiration for me doing the spirals in the first place. Now, I'm not going to attempt to explain the Fibonacci sequence in great detail because it's a kind of complex subject, at least for me, and very simply put, it is a numerical pattern that is present in nature, in plants, in you, in all kinds of things in life. You'll find that the numbers reoccur all the time, and the patterns are everywhere if you're looking for them. It's a very fascinating subject. I will leave a link below to a video by Scishow, and he explains it so well. So he can explain that in greater detail, and I will not risk sounding stupid. Sounds good. But yeah, the spirals, Pluto, the third eye. So to explain that, I'm going to start by talking about the symbolism of Pluto. But Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth, and it deals with releasing old things and bringing new things. This is kind of a difficult pill to swallow, and there's positives and negatives, but the main fact is that you cannot transition into new beginnings or new lessons or becoming a better person or furthering yourself if you are holding on to old things or old habits or things that are not benefiting you anymore. Everything has its time to die, and Pluto's job is to put those things to rest in order to bring into existence new beginnings. And that, though it sounds beautiful, and it really is, it is typically not something that feels beautiful. It feels very painful to have things die. It feels very, very painful to have things taken from you and to have to let things go in sacrifice for new beginnings. It's not usually fun, but it is necessary. I've said this before, but I've always found third eyes to be indicative, at least for me, of higher knowledge, spiritual insight, and the ability to see past things on merely a surface level. I painted this as a reminder to myself that whenever I encounter stress and difficult situations and times when I am stretched out of my limits, it is an indication that I need to expand past my comfort zone. Something about the way I am carrying myself does not suit me anymore. I am not living up to my true potential. I have not expanded with my growth, and that there are parts of myself that need to be let go and need to die. And if I do not choose to move forward and focus on growing If I resist that need, then life has a situation of offering situations that will make staying the same even more physically uncomfortable. This is the difficult price of becoming a person of your highest potential. I mean, look at this mermaid. She is in space. Mermaids typically are not found in space. That is probably not a comfortable place to be. But the reason why I chose space was to kind of show a great expanse, a place even bigger than an ocean. Imagine that, even bigger than an ocean, which we have not explored. We have never seen the bottom of an ocean floor. It's difficult to even imagine what an ocean would be like, much less space. Space is even scarier. But if you are to expand to great expanses, to great achievements that are so much bigger than you can even currently fathom, you cannot take old dead things with you. You gotta grow. That is the moral of this story. I got into a bit of a rant there, but you know, I was feeling it. I did a really chill, a really lighthearted video yesterday, so I had to do something a little heavier and more thought out today. It's only balance. I also tried to paint like the pattern of an opal there on the bottom in this circle where the glyph for Pluto is. And there's a lot of reasons why. I think the symbolism of opal resonates a lot with like the general message of this piece. If you'd like to look into the symbolism of opals, then definitely look them up. There's some cool attributes, and I just love the way opals look, so I threw one in there. Alright, so I suppose I will run through a quick list of everything that I used for this. I used Windsor Newton Cotman Watercolors, same. Daily Rowney F.W Acrylic Inks, the Dr. P.H. Martin's, I think Black Star Waterproof India ink, and a calligraphy ink because I don't read labels or listen to instructions, and I use calligraphy inks for non-calligraphy purposes. Yes! And for the galaxy, I just painted an entire wash of black watercolors, and then I took the acrylic inks in like colorful shades, and then I dropped it in there and I made really cool galaxy-like patterns, and then I just took the white gel pen and put stars. Easy peasy. And an assortment of pens, like any generic white and black pens will do. White gel pen, black micron pens every now and again. You know. Anyways, thank you for watching, and thank you for listening to me rant all this time if you actually made it this far. Tell me what you think of my rant. If you'd like to buy this, I will have it listed in my Etsy shop. I will put the link down below, and I would love to make prints, so I will probably do that at some point. Yeah. Come back tomorrow for the next one. I will have a new painting. Hopefully, probably a lot more chill than this one, but we had to do an extreme one from time to time. I gotta rant every now and again. Have a great day. Thank you for watching.